We're back. We are back. God. It's gonna, oh no. It's gonna open up on another stream. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. Are you serious? Oh, god damn it. Oh, I'm the only one watching. Alright, alright. Goodness gracious. Oh, I don't remember where we were at. Lowy Val. Oh, okay, Lowy Val, Lowy Val. Here we go. I'm gonna chill for a little bit and just make sure that everybody gets back in. But I do have everything downloaded and good to go, so we're ready. I will be 30 seconds. I'm just gonna grab a cup of tea. Okie dokie, let's see who we looking at here. Omni Knight, Lowy Val. So okay, I guess if anybody has any questions in chat, I would love to answer some questions at this time, because I want to chill and just make sure everybody gets back in here, make sure Lowy Val's in here, and everybody that's gonna get their replays. Any questions? One second, I'm gonna get a hairbrush. Ask away though. Where's the brush, Ellie? Where did you find the brush? You know what? Donnie and I should just separate every single one of our videos into part 1 and part 2, so we get double the ad revenue. Fuck, we could just do part 1, part 2, part 3 to 10. No problem. Easy. We want to tie up with Dota Alchemy? What do you mean? What do you mean? You want to tie me up? That sounds sexual. Okay. How did I get my hair to be so luscious? I do scalp massages every single day. I bathe my head and my hair in my own urine, which, by the way, is sterile and very good for your scalp. It helps promote the growth of new hair follicles, which is very possible. Can I tell you S tier cores right now? Honestly, I don't know, dude. They just released a patch. Like, I'm actually not 100% sure. I personally feel like Enchantress is really good. I still think Omni is really good. Mars is still really good. Centaur's still great. Carries, I don't know. Carries are changed. Slark feels pretty good for carry. Slark feels pretty good. Troll still feels kind of good. It's kind of the same. It feels kind of the same right now. Is Wyvern S tier or A tier? I'd say Wyvern is like A tier. Wyvern is pretty good. It can feel kind of useless in games though if you if they have good heroes for jumping you, or if they just don't have good heroes to die to the winner's curse. Jenkins, how many times before you get good in game you think and give up, and what motivate you to keep going? So basically what I consider to be really important for getting genuinely good at Dota is finding a way to enjoy getting better. Like, enjoy the process of feeling like you're bad, but being comfortable and okay with that, and just think that you're bad, yeah, but that's the first step in becoming good, is admitting that you're bad. And I'm 7.1 whatever, and I still think that I'm bad because I want to get 8K. I don't want to just stop here. I want to get 8K. So I still have the mentality that, like, if I have a shitty game, it's like I want to still learn as much as I can from every game. You know what I mean? I really think that it's not some like bullshit motivational speech attitude thing. I'm saying literally find some fucking way to trick your brain into enjoying looking at your replays and enjoy, finding the things that you did wrong and what you want to change in the future. Like treat it like it's a puzzle, like it's a game. You know what I mean? Treat it like it's a puzzle. The game is a puzzle that's just waiting for you to figure it out. That's it. Like the laning stage is a puzzle. Playing a hero versus a counter, that's not a boring, unfun game. That's a puzzle. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. Let me see. What else? Stop reporting people. I report a lot of people. Is it still smart cutting waves behind the tier 2 as an offlaner after the double stab nerf? I am not sure because I have mainly been playing, like if you look at the heroes that I'm playing, I played Omni, which is not a creep cutter. I played Enchantress, which is not a creep cutter. I played Earthshaker, which is not a creep cutter. I played Legion, which is not really a creep cutter. I played Leshrac, which is not a creep cutter. Enchantress. I did play Axe, but it was a game where I played the lane, so I haven't tried yet to see if it's good. I imagine if you buy 2 salves, it's probably still pretty good. As long as you can get to your Ring of Health, it'll be fine. You don't own a PC, so you don't have the luxury of watching your own replays. You can't download them onto like LAN Center PCs. I thought that those things like wiped the memory every time. Is there no way that you can do that? Why no pub highlights on this channel? I could get that done. I don't know. Let me know the best way to contact you. We can chat more on business strategy. We have an email, dotaalchemy@gmail.com if you're interested, if that tickles your fancy. Let me see. All right, we'll get on to the replay now. So, Loey Fowl says, I'm gonna go back to the replay. I think this is it. So in this game, he says, was playing Omni position 3 for the first time. I haven't played him in a long time. I want to learn more though. We faced a tri-lane with Lina. Mid player asked for help mid, and at some point Lina left to help mid a couple of times. I for some reason got quite freeform. Bot. Question, should we have dual lane mid from the start, or how would the lanes be best divided? Didn't feel I could pressure the safe lane tower against the tri-lane, so what would be my goal from 10 to 15 minutes? Also, general Omni off comments are welcome. Okay, cool. So I'll look at your lanes and just tell you like what my personal perception of what I think your lane should be. I could be incorrect. I could be correct. There's a lot of things in Dota where there's just different opinions, all of which are like near optimal. So I'll give you something, but you might have a different take on it, and that's okay. You can take what you think is good from what I say and assimilate it into the stuff that you think is good as well. You're 5,600 from 6K. What is the best support hero to rank up? I think Shadow Shaman's been really good for a long time now because you can just control games with Shadow Shaman. Any hero that can like single-handedly win fights or push towers, I really like. Okay, so we're looking at Omni. Your build is correct. Okay, so let's look at your lanes. So you have Lina, you have Omni Knight, Warlock, Necro versus TA, and Juggernaut. And they have Bristle top? Let me see what their lanes are. So I would assume this is a Bristle safe lane and an Axe going top. But it looks like they're actually tri-laning you, and Bristle's going top. So I don't think your Jug can be left alone against a Bristle. I think your Warlock should sit and zone the Bristle for as long as possible and like heal your Jug and pull this camp. And you guys should just do a lane down here and get XP. And then Necro can kind of get help mid. What Lina can do is like check this rune all the time. And if she gets a good rune, then she can go mid. Maybe even if she doesn't get a good rune, if the lane is like pushing in. So let's say it's like 4 minutes, right? And the lane is pushing in here. There's no need for Lina to be here. You're an Omni Knight. You're fucking immortal. This guy's not going to die if the lane is pushing in. So that's when your Lina can go help mid. When like the lane is pushing in. Things like that. If mid is unhelpable, then you can just stack this as a support. You can like double stack these for your mid. And that's kind of when you want to roam. But your number one priority is making this bot lane good for Omni as Alina. Start Purification first. I would be a little careful starting Purification just because you're against an Axe Willow. So like you could actually take off the Bramble Maze and you could take off the Battle Hunger if he went for it. Just a small little note that as Omni, a lot of the time you will go Heavenly Grace first if there's something to purge. So you just hold the point and use whatever you need to use. So just a note. I know that you actually used the Purification in that fight and that's good, but I'm just saying like for future reference, that's kind of what your shtick is. This is a hard lane. So what should be happening right now, once you see that it's a tri lane, is your Lina or you should go and take this wave and then pull it like this and then get the next one and then just walk around in circles for a couple of seconds or maybe even walk up here and then just TP out. And what that'll do is that'll double up the wave and send it into your tower and then you get XP versus a tri lane. And once it's doubled up and sent into your tower, they can't tri lane anymore because it's just way too hard. Like you lose a tri lane if the enemy team does this. So you are doing it. That's good. I'm not sure if you're going to double up the wave or if you're just going to cut the wave. But I would say right now your best bet is probably to just double up the wave in like Suicide. Because what this is doing is like, yes, this does mess with the equilibrium, which is good. This guy's a moron. Which is good. But, okay, so you actually did get the creep wave. Nice. I think if they were... Oh, no, you gotta hit them! You gotta hit them when they're going up the hill! Or they lose vision! You still doubled up the wave, but... Yeah, you did the hard part there, which was to cut the wave and do it successfully without dying. But you didn't hit them as they... You gotta hit them when you walk up the hill, because that way it keeps vision, and they don't run away. So now you have this huge creep wave pushing in, and the only reason that Lina should stay here is if you think that they're going to dive you and that you need the help. So if you don't need the help, you should say, Lina, go away. Like, go do something else. Go get the rune. Like, she could be checking the rune right now, right? Look, nobody's contesting you. I want to just watch what Lina does for a couple of seconds. Nothing. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Like this isn't necessary. This is totally unnecessary. Omni Knight can just be doing exactly what Lina's doing here. She's just soaking. Literally standing and soaking. There's a rune here. Lina could go grab this rune and shoot spells at mid and win mid right now. Like if Lina just literally runs and grabs this rune, that's how mid is helped. So it's also on you as an offlaner to say, I'm fine here. You can roam. Like you need to tell your team that you feel comfortable playing this hero, and that, by the way, you should also have a Quelling Blade. I see that you've missed a lot of last hits here, and if you had a Quelling Blade, it's way easier. Quelling Blade should always be the first item that you get in a side lane. Like, hands down. It's like Quelling Blade or Stick versus Batrider. That's about it. You'd get all of these last hits with a QB. Would really recommend it. Yeah, this guy's literally standing and soaking your XP and then feeding. Which is not good. In fact, like, it's funny that the soaking occurred because that means they get more XP for killing Lina. So, yeah, there's just this rune sitting here, and this could be like 20 spells cast on the TA and free farm for your Necro who needs help instead of the soaking. And then also, Omni Knight could be way higher level. If you are level 4, you're unkillable. You're a fucking force to be reckoned with if you're level 4. If you have a 2 Omni and a 3 Lina, as you can see, it does nothing. You would much rather your cores get exclusive experience than your supports splitting it, especially for no purpose. Like, your supports should only be splitting experience with cores and lanes if it is necessary for the core to be there. Like, if you think that they have potential to kill you under tower, then you need to say, Lina, I need help. If they have no potential to kill you under tower, they need to say, Lina, go stack. Go do this. And it's not even a greedy thing. It's literally just an efficiency on the map thing. It's literally you will gain more as a team. In fact, Lina will get more XP. Because guess what happens? If Lina goes and stacks this, or harasses mid, let's say we'll go with the stacking method. Let's say Lina goes and stacks this while Omni takes this experience and gold solo. The experience and gold will still go to somebody. In fact, let's even assume that it is literally identical, the impact, having the two heroes splitting the XP and gold. Let's say it's identical to if Omni is sitting here alone. It is still bad for Lina to soak this because that's 2 stacks that didn't happen. So when these are stacked, that means that this guy is going to go farm the stack, and that means there's a lane free, which means later on, Lina is going to be getting experience from nowhere. So you're literally losing out on experience and efficiency on the map by having your support soak here. You are very literally losing out on gold that you can make come from nowhere. You look at pro games and you see, oh, they have this much farm by this minute. How do they do that? This is how. This is how. When the support isn't necessary in the lane, the support does something else that benefits the game, such as stacking, such as harassing mid, which gives this guy a better lane. If this guy's a better lane, then he can go jungle earlier, which in turn gives Lina this XP. So by staying at the bot lane, not only is Lina making your game really difficult by making you have less levels, she's also making her game harder by doing that. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure that as an Omni Knight, you say to your supports like, hey, I'm fine under tower, you don't need to be here. Could you please go stack? Could you please go get runes? Could you please roam? Do whatever is good for your game. Do something else, because this is 2 people doing the job of 1 person. It's like you go to a construction site and you see 2 people digging with 1 shovel. It's like, why don't you just have 1 person digging with that shovel and then save the money on the salary of the other guy or girl that's digging with the shovel? It's not necessary to have 2 people digging with 1 single shovel, I should say. Totally unnecessary. Anyway, it's a big deal too. It's a big deal. Like, you should have more experience here. You should be like I said, you should be a force to be reckoned with in this lane. So what was the other part of the question? You said, didn't feel like I could pressure the safe lane tower, gets a tri lane. Maybe with more levels you could. So what should be my goal from 10 to 15 minutes? All right, let's look at that. So I kind of answered a little bit of both of what you asked. Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, you should be level 4 right now. And have level 2 in degen and just fuck up the axe, or level 1 points in Heavenly Grace. I think this is like ancient. Well, let me tell you, dude. Like, ancient supports do this shit. Okay, this actually isn't ancient. This is... There's a mix of ratings. Holy shit, I thought this was ancient. Okay, this is, what is that? Archon? Crusader? What, I don't even know what one that is. Oh, that's Archon. What's the second rank? It's like Herald, Crusader, something like that. So let's see. Bounty rune. Around the tower. Cool. Yeah, I would definitely look up to pick up a QB and a stick. This is kind of what every single offlaner does now. Is if you watch like Brax or Zai or anybody, no matter what hero they are, they'll queue up stick, quelling blade and boots, and they'll get that first because they're just really efficient items. Second rank is Guardian. Yes. I see that. I see. Y'all lack vision. So what I would say is, if you're an offlaner, you need to say to your team that you need a ward here. So if you've taken this tower, you want to place the ward here because that's where the enemy team is going to come for you. But to make you safe down here, you need vision. So you need to ask for vision, and then when you have vision, what you do is you pressure. You just heal bomb the wave. And That's why you feel like you can't pressure, because you don't have vision, so you feel unsafe. But they're actually not tri-laning this. You could pressure this. Against these heroes, Omni should dumpster. Also, I would say that if you haven't like just been dominating the lane at this point, you don't go 2 points in degen because that's for like running people down and killing them. You go 2 points in Heavenly Grace because it makes you way more difficult to kill. 12 HP regen and 14 strength is unbelievable. Like the sooner you can get this maxed out, the better after your purification. So if you don't use the degen like at level 4 to pressure, if you're not like dumpstering the lane, then you want to just max Heavenly Grace because it just makes you able to farm and be tanky as quickly as possible. Like, if you're down here against 2 or 3 heroes alone and unkillable, you are winning the game for your team. You definitely Heavenly Grace yourself right now. So the moment they put their spells on you, you should Heavenly Grace because, like, let's see. So he puts that thing on you. You Heavenly Grace right now because even if you walk through this shit, and if he calls you, if you're Heavenly Grace, you get 50% status resistance. So that's the kind of bullshit thing about this ability and why it's really fucking awful. Really awful to play against Omni Knight. It's like, if you just use it at all, you don't even need to use it to purge anything. If you use it before they cast their spells on you, their spells last 50% as long, and you have 7 extra strength. You'd have 14 if you leveled it. And 12 extra HP regen. They're not killing you. They are not killing you. You just walk away. So literally all you need to worry about is casting it. I'm actually worried for you. If he spins here, he's incredibly unlucky. He should have spun. There's a range creep hitting him. So this Willow's tanking the creeps. If he spins, you die. So you just, because it'll put you below the threshold for his ultimate. Yeah, you want to Heavenly Grace yourself like as soon as you can, even before they cast shit on you. Because if they cast stuff on you and you have 50% status resist and all the other buffs, you're not dying. You're gonna waste their spells, which is like the whole point of this hero. I would also say in general, you need to play like way more manly on this hero. This guy doesn't care. Like you just grace yourself and spam out your heals. Also, if you have wand and if you have a stick right now, you just have so much regen from the axe casting shit. They just casted like 5 spells on you. So this is the reason why you want to push out the lane with your purification. If you push out the lane with your purification, then you get these bounties every time. Every single time. I like the 2 bracers. I think that's pretty good. Look at this shit when you have the Heavenly Grace. It does like nothing to you. Yeah, you don't have to be afraid. Jeez, he's actually going... Alright. Okay. So this guy is making a massive mistake maxing his battle hunger against you. This is terrible. This is completely terrible what he's doing. You should just have 3 points in Heavenly Grace right now. Like, this degen aura is not good to level up. It is exclusively for dumping on the lane. People even... Sometimes people don't even go 1 point in it. It's like, if you've ever played Sand King, this is like the caustic finale of Omni Knight. You only go for it in lanes where it's going to matter, and you only go 2 points if you're dumpstering the lane. Otherwise, you go Heavenly Grace. Because this guy's acting like a big man on you, but he has no right to be doing that. But because of your build, you're not as strong as you otherwise should be. Like, your guy should be unkillable, you know? Totally unkillable. Like, even if they dive you, they definitely shouldn't get this tower versus an Omni. You deny it, but, like, you shouldn't lose the tower. People tend to go phase first, too, because, like, I do like the double bracer generally as an item choice on offlaners sometimes. I prefer 1 bracer because otherwise you're committing like a lot of gold to items that you're going to replace pretty quickly. But the reason phase boots is so good on Omni is because this gives you strength. Like, you're tanky from your spells, right? And then you get strength from this and regen from this. So all you really need is the armor. All you really need is the armor. And then having the phase boots to run people down and also to just run away, it makes you so much more tanky. I think a big issue is not buying a QB as well. I know people in like lower rating think, oh, I don't need a QB to last hit. I'm good at last hitting. I don't know if that's your mentality. It probably isn't, but I know some people think about that. But a QB isn't even about... So, if the enemy team is good, and you don't have a QB, they can just like, especially if 1 versus 2, they can just double deny creeps, and you will literally get 0 last hits. But with a QB, then you have guaranteed more... Like, a QB makes it so that you don't ever lose the last hit battle. Because QBs don't work on denies. So, you strictly just have more damage on creeps than your enemies do if they're trying to deny. So you'll get every single last hit and deny, or every single last hit if you have a QB. And then denies, like you're an Omni Knight. If you're getting every single last hit, you'll have phase boots, and you can just dumpster the lane with level 2 degen. And heal bombing constantly. Yeah, this build is super questionable, maxing the degen. You want to go max Heavenly Grace. Alright, we're gonna slowly watch what just happened there and laugh at you. You're double tapping. You don't wanna double tap your spells, man. You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful. Oh, that's like a mechanical issue, but that hurts because Omni's entire shtick is that you like save people. Yeah, you like double tap both of your spells, which you just want to be careful. You can't like freak out. You just click it. You just click it on them. Like you can click it from way out of range too. That's what causes a lot of people to freak out and cast it on themselves. Like they're not yet in range. So they click it a second time, because they're like, oh, it's not working. But like you click it on them now. Click it on them now. Like click it on the person you want to save now. You know, like you don't have to do it as it's happening. You can just click it preemptively, like from out of range, and that's fine. Just don't freak yourself out, man. That's why you just gotta relax, and just play like. It's better to play slow Dota, where you are actually doing the correct actions and thinking about the correct actions. Okay, it's like if you're learning how to. I don't know. If you're learning how to ride a bike, are you going down a hill at 70 kilometers an hour? No, when you're riding a bike, you're doing it slowly, and you very slowly build up the action and all the little micro movements. And then you go faster. You start slow, and then once you have the muscle memory down, then you start going faster and faster and faster, and that's how Dota should work. Try to play as like calm as possible and not fuck things up. And if you're too slow, I would rather you not have pressed those spells than to have pressed them on yourself, because then at least at some point when you have the muscle memory down, you will press it on the correct guy. And I really believe that. And this is something that, for me, lately, I've been doing as well. Because I'm trying to learn all of these like high-level things in competitive and from, playing like Tier 2 Dota and these complicated things like double last hitting and double denying and shit like that. And what's helped me is just doing it slowly. And now, after a couple of months of practice, it's just second nature for me. But at first, fuck, it was awful. It was awful. Yeah, this is exactly why you want the Heavenly Grace maxed out by this point. Because now your degen's worthless. It's not doing anything. Like, this is strictly laning ability. You'd rather have this thing giving people more regen strength than having a less cooldown. And then also maybe this ability. Like, Guardian Angel, you won't have a point in it for when you start fighting. Like, they have so much physical damage, too, actually. Guardian Angel means you all survive here if you have Guardian Angel. Anyway, I've given you a lot of shit to think about. Where's Donnie? Donnie's out. He's like at a wedding or something? I don't know. Something like that. Okay, let's look at where are we at? Gillionaire. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. I'm gonna try to do these ones kind of quickly because I've been like rambling like crazy. Not good. Not good to ramble like crazy. This is not a video, Jenkins. This is not a video, okay? Can't edit this. This is a live stream. So I think I know what replay this is. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, this is Hockey Legionnaires' shit tier, awful carry game. He does not play carry. He's not a carry player. He was losing his mind yesterday. Completely losing it. Not yesterday, before that. I think this is a live stream. Alright, let's see. Oh, you want aggro? Oh no, okay, never mind. You're radiant. My B. Let's see. You're against a Sand King. Kind of hard hero to laning. Oh, Sand King Tusk. That's a rough one. I imagine your line's gonna feed. Ooh, love the pull. Love the pull. When your support's like too dumb to do it. You gotta do, man. Hey, what did I say about the line earlier? Didn't I say he was gonna feed? That's the way she goes, man. He just needs to not walk up to them and die. That's all he needs to do in this lane. It's tea? It is tea. I am drinking tea. I would love to see the easy count pulled at some point. I would be begging your line to pull the easy count. I mean, hockey, man, you know how to support. You got to tell him how to do his job, you know? That's what carry players do. They bitch all the time. Tell their supports what to do. Honestly, I mean, you guys have no sentries. Oh, you have a sentry versus Sand King. You do actually have one, okay. Yeah, you just Sandstorm for no reason. Oh, that's pretty cool. Guess you got that going for you. He's got no Sandstorm now. Laning is easy, man. I don't look at laning. Let's see. I mean, I'm not seeing anything too horrible. So you kind of choose to push the wave because you have a siege creep, so that's kind of okay. I would say maybe value your own farm a little bit higher than at this point. Although it is a siege creep, so I'm not 100% sure if you are. Okay. Also, put your Wraith Band. Yeah, there you go. Do that earlier, dude. You're you missed it. Tank for the tower or tank for the siege creep. Wait for the next creep wave. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good stuff, Hockey. This is good stuff. So whenever you're sieging a tower like this as a carry, or as any hero that's a QB, you want to cut this tree here, because if the Sand King TP's in here and he stuns you, and then the Tusk comes in, you could actually die. So like you want to make sure that you're cutting the trees to give you the angle to see if anybody's TPing in. Like also, what could happen is maybe the Sand King's already in here, and then the Huskar TP's in, and Sand King burrows you, and you fucking die to this guy who's not in vision. Like you need to be really careful. So QB this tree right here. Just QB any trees around as your. It costs nothing. All right, this guy fucked up. This guy fucked up. You should kill him. Focus on the tower. Focus on the tower now, I would say. Get that tower. Yeah, you guys are going to get the tower. Nice, nice, nice. Love this push. I see a lot of people in chat complaining about your last hitting, but it doesn't really matter. It's just like, that's something you'll get better at. I know you don't play Jug. Like, I know you're not a Jug player. That's literally something you just have to get muscle memory for. That's not like, you know, that's not concepts. That's not really important to talk about. It's like funny to make fun of and, you know, bully you about it, but it's not going to make you better at Dota to be like, oh, I need to last hit better. No, that shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You just last hit better by practicing. That's it. It's considered like a relatively noob thing to focus on last hits. I'm not trying to flame y'all in chat. I'm just saying it's like a joke in the, you know, like immortal players make fun of like Redditors that complain about like last hitting, and streamers joke about that too. Like Twitch chat does that. It's always like, oh, Pog chat, CS lol. But it's not really what's important in the game. That's something that should be just muscle memory. So, you got 6. As soon as you're 6 on Jug, I'd like to see you make a move. Like, you can go kill the Spectre. This is not a hero that's supposed to be like very passive. You can come back down here because like Jug, he has this Blade Fury shit, so he's very difficult to kill. So you can actually hold this tower for a really long time, and that would be pretty good for your team. But you're an active hero, and you can make a move to like this tower. You could kill Huskar. You could make a move to the Spectre and kill Spectre, and then take this tower. So your team kills them, which is good. But you could kill them and then get the tower if you're there on Jug, and then secure some bounties too. And then you could give a support to bot lane. Like your Breaker could take the bot lane. He's huge actually. Your Lion's huge too. Surprise! Your supports are huge. Jesus. Your Bristle's probably the hero that wants the bot lane actually. He's struggling. And he's very tanky, so he's very difficult to. He's difficult to kill, so he's a really good safe lane holding hero. But yeah, every minute that you spend just farming down here, you are not making a move and taking a tower. Like you're the hero who should be active right now. Honestly, you have a bunch of really active heroes. This is not a lane anymore. Laning is over. Like, the moment a tower dies, laning is over. I don't care about your lane. Doesn't matter. Like, you position on the map to hold towers. You position on the map to get towers. There's no your lane past, like, 5 to 6 minutes in good Dota. You should be smoking to top, killing this guy with this siege creep and getting this tower. This thing needs to be pressed. You know I love you, hockey, but, you know, you gotta make moves. Cores make moves in today's day and age. It used to not be like that, but like roles don't really exist that much anymore. Carry in my pool get all last in the lane so he can choose bad fight in mid game and feed that net worth. That is exactly what I'm saying. That is 100% what I like. That is actually what I'm saying by last hitting doesn't matter. Because, like, if you just make the correct choices throughout the game and you just let yourself naturally get better at the last hitting, because that will happen because you're human and we're very good at building muscle memory for things, and instead you focus on, like, the concepts that matter, then you will take better fights and you will win the game at many more different points than just... You don't just get a bunch of last hits and then win because you got good last hits. It doesn't work like that. And also, tons of pro players miss shitloads of last hits. Like, sometimes you just can't get them. This was bad, though. This was definitely exceptionally bad, but... I don't blame Hockey Laner because he's literally a support player. Like, the guy literally plays support every single fucking game other than this one, which is why he submitted this replay, because he's kind of fucking around. Did I study biology or psychology? No, I have a CS degree. I do like psychology. Not a big biology fan, though. I'm not against it. I'm against it by any means, but... usually people max the crit on Jug first too, and then also 2 Wraith Bands is really good. Like 2 Wraith Bands full wand. Just like small stat items, because this hero wants to be active early, and the better items that you can have earlier means like you can take towers sooner. Like, Dota is super focused on being fast right now, and you guys are being ultra slow. It's 12 minutes and you only have this tower. Like, this tower could be dead because at the 10-minute mark, you should have taken this tower with your team. You should be top, Omni slashing, and then killing this tower, and then you rotate her onto mid and take this tower. And then once you have all 3 of these towers down, then you can go to holding a position on the map and being efficient with your farm. But like, there's free towers on the map that you guys essentially aren't taking. That's the bottom line. It's like, You can hold a position on the map, sure. But the reason you want to hold like a stagnant position on the map is because like you can't take towers. But the moment you can take towers, you want to make a move to them. Alright. I think that's a decent amount. I know you're not a carry player, so focusing on like the laning and movements in the laning phase as a carry, I think will be a good first step for you. Cheeky. Hello, sir. You're a new, I believe you're a new patron. Unless you changed your name recently on Discord. So, let's see. So, Cheeky said that he played... where is he? He said, yeah, boy, bring Maximum Flame. Okay, I will, as per your request. I played Anti-Mage. Game was very winnable. I think my mechanics were if your mechanics were better, I could have carried the game, but they ended up getting 2 hexes, and I took a couple of bad fights, and we lost. Unfortunately, I was super cocky on Mike, and got our team to double down. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Okay, let's see this. So Anti-Mage is a weird hero. This hero is basically all about like creep cutting and taking the right fights. That's what this guy's about. Got your team double down. That's so fucking funny. Jesus Christ. You just brutalized your team, man. Horrible. Did you double down too? Or did you not double down? And you got your team double down. Let's see. Okay, so DK doubled down. Okay, DK, yeah, okay, so just DK, I think. That's still really funny. That's still so funny. Alright. So you posted, they got 2 hexes, so we can look at like the mid to late game. The laning stage in Anti-Mage is basically take whatever farm you can. This hero's pretty easy. You just ignore your team. So in fights, you want to go on like CM. You basically want to go on CM, and then when you have like a BKB, you can go on OD. But you do not want to go on Wraith King. You do not want to go on Ogre. Earthshaker is also good to go on. He's really important and squishy. You want to go on supports with this hero, and then you like kill the cores after, unless you're ultra huge. You cut the creep wave. Good. I like it. Yeah, keep going. Get him to chase you. He's being a moron. That's fine. Yeah, this is a good map position you guys are holding. I really like this, which is why you're gaining gold. Because you're up here pressuring. I would get the next wave. I would make sure to get the next wave. Oh, kind of insane. Blinking like that. So to see where the wave is, you can just look at your wave and mirror it. So I think if you were to like use that method, you probably wouldn't blink over there because you'd know that it's like right in front of the tower. I would still go to cut the wave. Yeah, this is good. You're playing a good Anti-Mage. I like this actually. You're being obnoxious, which is great. I'm not so sure about TPing out of there. I don't think you have to TP. Like, you got 1 creep wave. You already cut the next one, though. So, like, I think you were in a really good position. You kind of gave it up. You see Wraith King bot. You see Earthshaker mid, and you know OD is top. Yeah, you gave up a really good position here. Like, what you were doing, it should be what you're doing all game. Like, force them to deal with you. Do this until they deal with you. If you die, it doesn't even matter. Also, you're really hard to kill. Like, instead of farming over here in this jungle, why take this space when your team... So here's the misconception about Anti-Mage. People seem to think that he is like a safe farm taker, but he's not. He takes safe farm until he gets a Battle Fury. Then he's so quick at farming and so unkillable with maxed out Blink that you don't need to take safe farm anymore. That is how Anti-Mages win, is they actually make space for their team by doing what you just did up here for 3 waves. Do that literally for the entire game and you will win. So instead of jungling over here, you jungle this, which is completely free, by the way, and you see that. You see the killer heroes on the enemy team. The only people who could be here are... It's just Ogre. It could just be Ogre. You don't care if Ogre's here. You don't fucking care. You just farm and ignore him. He can't even kill you. So you farm in here, and that frees up this area for your team to farm. So you'll get more farm off the map if you're doing this. And then with that being said, you're also taking farm away from the enemy team. Because if they rotate from this jungle to take this farm and it's all gone, they just are fucked. And then you can stay in position to keep cutting this wave and keep making space. This, so basically you were holding a really good position and you gave it up. I see this as like being largely problematic. And if you do this a lot in the game, this is going to hurt you. Like, you were playing a really high tier anti-mage, like legitimately very annoying good anti-mage, and then you gave it up to be an underwhelming anti-mage by going over here. Like, this hero, the place that he farms is the most important thing for like 30 minutes. So we'll see where you go after. So you just kind of farm, which, you know, while you're in this area, yeah, that makes sense. And now you deal with the creep wave. You can see that, look what happened to you. Look what happened to you. I want to show you what OD did to you, which is what you should be doing to the enemy team. Oh, fuck! There's no camp there because the guy in that area farmed it. So now that my farming pattern has taken me to this area, now I'm getting one less camp. Now you get the next one, but you got one less camp because of that. And as an anti-mage, you can farm camps so quickly. You can deny so many camps from people. What he did to you is literally what you should be doing to them. So he just got some extra gold. Like, this is how you get gold leads in Dota. I don't think you need to be taking your triangle right now. I think you can just play, like, ultra aggressively. Like, way back here, or even down here. Or mid. Or you can just push out mid. Oh, I don't know about this fight. Bounty's respawning, so, I mean, it's okay. I would not go back in. Oh, good lord. I would be real careful. Okay, well. You stay on the sideline of the fight and you go for a mana void. That's good. That's really good. I always recommend that people do that whenever I'm doing coaching, is that, like, you can chill beside a fight without committing to it. And then if something presents itself, you can go for it. And something did present itself and you did go for it. So good job. I thought you were going to blink back in, but you didn't. You waited until something looked good and it did. And yeah, good job. Excellent job. I think this tower should already be dead if you're cutting up here. At this point, I'd probably look to go bot if I were you. I'm not 100%... Okay, yeah, the enemy team's not bot. Like, 2 heroes are dead. What I would do right now is I would just go, like, TP down there, farm this out, farm these 2 camps, farm this, and then make your way back top, and then your team can go back bot after you farmed it all out. Like, shove out this lane. Like, abuse the time to farm that would be dangerous if these heroes were alive. So you wouldn't want to be down here if they were alive, right? But you want to leave this farm up here for your DK to farm, and then farm this down here on Anti-Mage. And then that also pressures this tower, which results in the enemy team having to respond to it, which means this tower subsequently is free. Like, this method is just awesome for splitting the enemy team up. It's just like, they're dead, okay, go to the dead lane, push that out, enemy team responds, and then you make your way back up here, and they constantly are spending time trying to, like, mirror your movements and find you on the map, and you're just in the opposite area. That's kind of how you want to play Anti-Mage. And do that in, like, the most aggressive possible way. Because right now, you're kind of sharing the same farm as your Dragon Knight. Good lord. So, yeah, this is... If you split them up, then this fight is probably a little bit better. Actually, okay, so if they come and fight this top, and you split, then your team probably dies anyway, but you're farming, and then you get this tower. And... if they do split up to deal with you, then they fight your team, and you make your way to the top lane anyway, and then you kill them. Like, that's kind of the way you want to play a lot of carries, especially, like, flash farming carries, is that you only take fights when the enemy team is split, because you are the method of splitting up the enemy team. So, like, you on Nature's Prophet, for example, you literally never need to fight unless it's 4v5. Like, that hero can split people up so easily that you never have to or should take a 5v5. Because what's the point? What's the point in taking a 5v5 when your hero is good at splitting the enemy team up to make it like a 4 or a 3v5? What's the point? It's like, would you rather have a, I don't know, 100% chance of getting like 90% on a test, or an 80% chance of getting 100% on the test, but there's a 20% chance you completely fail and like lose your degree? You know, why the fuck would you take that like slightly higher percentage thing on like a much lower chance? You know, just take the easy... Just take the easy shit that's handed out to you in the game. That's the strength of picking this hero. That's the strength of picking Nature's Prophet. You want to split the enemy team up anytime you're going to take a fight. So we'll look like at when they get the hexes. So they have hex on this dude, and hex on probably ogre. Yeah, figured. Okay. If they have hexes, Lincoln Sphere is really good. People go Lincolns on AM all the time. I see Ritsu do that. He's like the king anti-mage player, at least in NA. You don't really want to fight until you get a BKB. Like, that's just OD. You can't fight an OD until you get a BKB in the late game. And Shaker. And also basically every hero they have. Like, you need a BKB. It's imperative. Once you have a BKB, you just BKB go in, and if the fight is still going, you don't have a BKB, you get out. Unless it's like people are running away. If it's not a fight, it's not a fight. You know, then you can just chase people and not give a fuck, but that's because the enemy team is like running away, you know. You push all the shit in. Have to pop your BKB, that's okay. You push the tower, they're all dead. Is Roche up? Let's see. Let's see. No, it does not look like it. We'll respawn in 20 seconds. So, like, Roche is the next objective. Hexes shouldn't matter in this game, because you guys should just get Roche. You're super strong with the BKB timing. You're soloing it. Insane. Insane, sir. You want to wait until the enemy team is split up. So they kill your team and then they get Roche. That is unfortunate. I would be very careful cutting this wave. Yeah. I was going to say, like, without a TP, that's a super questionable play. You kind of aren't in a position to get pickoffs without, This is just kind of like you overstayed your welcome and thought you were a lot stronger than you are. Yeah, that was just kind of like nuts. That was just a poor decision. You needed to go back and get a TP. You didn't see where the entire enemy team was. And also, OD is not solo killable by you. He also has an Aegis. That was kind of nuts. And then this probably forces you to buy back because you don't want to lose this Rax. Yeah, and then now you have no buyback. And they have a win condition. Holy shit, if they kill you, you lose. Hey, you lost. Okay, so yeah, this decision lost you the game. This one right here. And that's kind of how Anti-Mage is that one single decision can lose you the game. That's why this hero is really hard. Most people think, like, it's really easy to do what Anti-Mage is supposed to do for the first, like, 30 minutes, but then the late game is, like, you have one or two extremely important decisions, and if you fuck one up like this, you just lose the entire game. Now y'all are fucked. There's no hope. Like, I don't even... The rest doesn't even matter. You lose. You have an AM dead for 120 seconds. No buyback. In fights, you need to not focus the OD. He's got an Aegis, and he also has BKB Lincolns. Your heroes that you should be focusing are Earthshaker and CM. Have your team like disable the OD, and then kill the OD once the supports are dead. Because if his supports are dead, you can kill him twice really easily. That's the thing with Dota, is like, this guy's scary, right? He's really scary. But he's only scary because he has these supports that, like, this guy will stun for him and buff him up. This guy will stun for him and run in and tank spells. This guy will Echo Slam. This person is Glimmer Caping and giving Crystal Nova and Frostbite and shit. Like, they have all of this stuff that they're just casting that makes this guy, like, way stronger. So if he's the only dude that's alive, then he just dies easily on his own. That honestly was like that one decision. Up until that point, I would just say play more aggressively where you're farming. Alright, next one. Let's see. Souls! Let's see, buddy. You're playing Abaddon. Okay, cool. No fucking techies for today. That's perfect. As long as it's not techies with souls, I'm good. So Abaddon, there he is. It's hard to tell these days what hero's what with the cosmetics. What hero is that? Tell me. You can't even tell with the cosmetics. That looks like Pudge to me. That might be Pudge. Yeah, AM is a counter to SK. It's pretty annoying, honestly. Oh my god, no techies. No techies, please. Techies games aren't even Dota. Like, I don't even know what to say in techies games. So let's see. Holy shit. Okay, okay. I fucks with it. I fucks with it. That's okay. That's alright. 4.7 HP regen, not bad. This hero's just not that great anymore, by the way. Nerfs made him kind of questionable. Damn, this Pudge. Windlace. That is not what you want to do as a Pudge. Oh my god. Does he want to die? What the fuck? Oh, he went Shackle Shot first. Good lord. I'm pretty sure you guys can just kill them by healing Slark. Dude. Oh my god. They are insane. What the fuck? Nobody in this lane is getting the lane XP. Oh my god. So, is there anything in particular you'd like me to look at in this replay, Souls? Anything in particular? I cannot believe he's shackling you. Like he's... Yeah, you can play a pub with me if you get like 6 to 7k. Then we'll probably play together. Nice, you killed the guy. Okay. Jesus Christ. Chain pull, you suicide. Good shit, good shit. Your laning is good. Your laning is quite good. So you go mid, throw a spell at that guy. Alright, okay, we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna take a look at this situation. So okay. So at 4 minutes and 42 seconds, I don't care that there's a double damage here. You want to secure bounties. Bounties are worth so much more than anything else at this point. At any point in Dota. Bounties, the entire game is played around bounties. You want to use this double damage to secure the bounties. You don't want to go mid. So this is fine if you do this at like the 2-minute mark. Or even like the 4-minute mark. But you want to make your way back for those bounties. Because you just lost 2 bounties to a hero that's getting dumpstered. Like, let's look at the net worth when they get the bounties. Alright, well, it didn't go up at all, but let's see. Your Slark is free farming, your Earthshaker off lane. Is that an Earthshaker off lane or Earthshaker mid? What the fuck? It's an Earthshaker mid. Anyway, that's 500 gold. You just gave them 500 gold. So there's like a 1 to 2k gold lead now. And it went down to like 1k, I'm sure. It just doesn't show the exact gold. But you gave away 500 gold for one single miscoil mid. Also, people don't go Curse of Avernus as a support Abaddon. You just don't spend time right-clicking people. You'd rather a Photic Shield for dispelling people. You want this maxed out as early as possible. There is a guide for. There's plenty of Nature's Prophet videos. Search. I think there's a search function on the channel, if I recall. I think you can just search NP Nature's Prophet, something like that. Yeah, you definitely aren't even using the Curse of Avernus. The ward is good. This ward is good. I would look to send out like multiple wards at the first thing. Like, it's really greedy of you as a 5 to get your Tranquil Boots. They don't even do anything. Like, at this point, you just want to kill yourself anyway. Like, you die, and it's like 2 seconds until you respawn. So Tranquil Boots don't do anything, but having a second ward to protect mid, that does something. So there's a bot rune ward. This is pretty good. I would say if you're planning on warding here, then instead of placing this ward here, I would probably place it like closer to mid, like right here. Something that gets vision of the bot rune, but also gives vision like closer to mid. Because if you have this ward, you're already getting vision into this area, and then this gives you vision into this area as well. So it's redundant vision. Whereas if you place this closer to here, you still get the bot rune vision, which I believe is very important. But then you get mid vision as well. You'll get vision for like if any of their supports come to ward, if their supports come to gank. Your Earthshaker could maybe even set up for a solo kill on Sniper. Well, he can't because he's got maxed out Enchant Totem. But if he was going max Aftershock, he could solo kill the Sniper with some vision. But I do really like this ward. I do really like this ward in particular. The only thing is, it tends to get dewarded by like good supports because it's a cliff ward, so people expect it. So a lot of the time I'll place like a ward right here, because if they place a sentry directly on the hill, they're not going to, like if you look at we can look at the sentry vision. So look how big it is. So if you place a ward right here, and they place a sentry right on this hill to deward, they're not going to get it. Likewise, you can place a ward over here or down here. This ward is kind of just to secure your Slark this lane. So because he's going to be farming here and farming this as well, all you need to do is get vision of this area. Because this area doesn't matter, because in order to get to Slark, they have to run through here anyway. So if you ward here, then you're getting this. You're doing the same purpose. You're getting the same job done, except it's less likely to get dewarded. I do like the Shrine Vision though. Yeah, kind of Shrine Vision. It does set up for ganks, but it's just a greedy ward. That's all. This guy is like God mode though. He's had such a free game at this point. So where do you go next? Once again, I do think the Tranquil Boots are really greedy. Like, supports will typically walk around with brown boots, magic stick, forever, for like so long, and just buy sentries and shit. This guy's maxing shrapnel, just owning this guy, this Earthshaker. I would not heal this guy. You're giving him positive rewards for jungling. Don't heal him. Don't do that, Souls. Fuck that guy. Morally, you can't heal him. Morally speaking. Yeah, if this guy has max... if this guy has max Aftershock, Sniper can actually die. I mean, it's Earthshaker. Earthshaker's like not even a good mid, but if he maxed Aftershock, Sniper would just die there. He has like 0 stun duration. At this point, you just go ward. I think that's... This is so awkward. So, I would say you just keep pulling here. Like, you need levels, and Earthshaker's not going to go jungle. He's got fucking max Enchant Totem. Skywrath Mage is not going to go jungle. He's a Skywrath Mage, so the only way that you can get levels is by pulling. And then you can just TP into somewhere to save somebody if they get gone on. Like, Abaddon is not an aggressive rotator. You go put wards up, and then you sit behind people. But I don't think this guy really needs somebody sitting behind him. I don't think this guy does. It's not an important hero to protect. And if they do dive him or they go on these heroes, you can just TP in. Like, you'd rather just go pull and get your own XP. Like you said, you're XP starved, but you can be bought without stealing Slark's XP. In fact, the person that could go jungle is Slark. Slark is an excellent jungler. In fact, he probably should go jungle, and then you take bot lane XP. Where's the apps? I actually finished my coaching thing. Well, finished. It's like, you know, not the design for it, but yeah, you need a lane right now. You need somebody to go, like, rotate, and you need to ask for a lane. You really need some levels. So, with Mistcoil, you basically want to max this out for laning, and laning is kind of over. So you want to max out a Photic Shield next, because it's just way better in terms of what it does. Like, it protects you, like, after reductions. So 200 max damage absorbed is actually, like, quite a bit more. And 6-second cooldown, 15-second duration, 200 damage absorbed is pretty insane. It basically adds 200 effective HP to somebody, And then also it's gives you a strong dispel, which is just utterly broken. You can strong dispel the stun, the Pudge Dismember. You can strong dispel the Sven stun. You can strong dispel Shackle Shot. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So you want to max this out. Once again, going back to the example I used earlier, Mist Coil is like Caustic Finale on Sand King. It's something that you are leveling up almost strictly for laning. Whenever you're getting XP, you don't want to just soak XP. You want to go like contribute somewhere while soaking XP. And I don't think you have much of a contribution top. Like your Skye probably wants to go. You just need somebody to go do something while you get solo XP. Like your Slark needs to jungle because he can jungle fast, or your Earthshaker, if he maxed out Enchant Totem, he needs to go jungle. Or if nobody wants to do anything, you just go pull. Like you don't ever want to be making your own game better by fucking over one of your teammates. That's not good. That doesn't help. And you're like soaking the Skye's XP up here. And I don't think you're providing anything like aggressively. So Sniper's now roaming up here. You guys should probably get fucked, I imagine. Oh, never mind. Okay, so this is good. Like the fact that there's a fight happening up here and you're doing like defensive maneuvers, that's good. Protecting this guy, very, very chill. Good shit. But I think you can TP it and like do the same thing. Skye wouldn't leave. Well, honestly, it should probably be Slark that's leaving the lane. Like, why does he need a lane? He can just jungle excessively fast. There's no point in him having a lane. He jungles faster than he lanes. It should be Slark, for sure, and he should send out Clarities. Oh my god, Nature's Prophet has a Midas too. Yeah, this is a super cancer game. There's basically no experience for you on the map. Because Slark should jungle, but there's an NP in the jungle, so like you're destined to just not get that much experience in this game, which kind of fucking sucks. This is fine, like chilling in the area and jungling and being ready for something to happen. I like this a lot. Yeah, this is great. This is good stuff. You're contributing without, I think you blocked the camp, but you're contributing without stealing XP. Nice. You let the Nature's Prophet die because he's a moron. Deserves to die. Pick up the bounty runes. That's good. Because you realize the enemy team are morons. I don't feel like Soul Ring is necessary on Abaddon, man. This hero, if you have a wand, if you have a stick, it's enough. I would prefer like a Bassi for pushing. Nobody in your team is a Bassi, I'm pretty sure. And if you run out of lane with a Bassi, then you're actually contributing in terms of pushing. Because you don't want to be spamming your shit out after the laning phase. Like you're not a harassing hero after the laning phase. Your spells are just used for fighting. So, and you have plenty of mana to sustain in fights. Soul Ring is like a waste of 800 gold in my opinion. Holy shit, what am I watching? Jesus. These games are disasters. I don't think that's your job to do that. I mean, you have 4 cores. You don't need to push lanes. You need to be getting wards down and just like playing with your team who should be pushing lanes. And they are, because there's not enough space in the jungle. If you want to pick a hero to shove out lanes, Abaddon's not the hero. It should be like Winter Wyvern or something. This hero's that's the thing, is like heroes can do it, but it's just not their purpose. I mean, you can even like one concept which pro players are doing now is like if you're playing a hero who's not good at shoving lanes, you can literally just grab creep waves from behind the tower and drag them to your cores. Like that's legit better than shoving lanes on a hero that's not supposed to be shoving lanes. I mean, you can occasionally do it if you have mana for it, but you don't want to blow your entire mana pool doing that. You'd rather spend that time doing stuff Abaddon's good at, which is like sitting behind people, baiting people, and putting wards down. It's just like efficiency thing and like what did you pick the hero to do? Like what do you want to be doing on the hero? What's the best thing to be doing on the hero? Sort of situation. But I would say your biggest mistake this game is you picked Abaddon. Like I know that this hero is something that you're recently learning, but it's completely fallen off. 5 roles that people are picking right now are let me look at Huskies. I think I already looked at Huskies. Where is he at? Usually on. Oh, 1 sec. I gotta look at my friends list. Oh, he's playing MTG Arena, so he's not on Dota. So this is my 5 player for my team, and he plays like Disruptor, Willow, Chen. That's a very specific hero to learn, but it's a really good hero. Shadow Demon, Silencer. Like pros aren't really picking that much Abaddon anymore because it's just hard. It's just hard to win with all the nerfs, and people have gotten way better at dealing with it. Like the thing is, a lot of these heroes that play in the offlane, they don't give a fuck about your miscoil. Like everybody's cutting creep waves, or you have some Windranger that scales to be a core, and guess what? If you're not pressuring this Windranger and you just let them have a 3rd core that's super farmed, you just fucking lose. And Abaddon doesn't do any pressure. He just sustains in lanes, right? So you need to pick something that is just better for the current meta. Like, if Axe is cutting creeps here, does he care about an Abaddon? Fuck no. Are you joking? Like, the meta has shifted, and that's why Abaddon has fallen off. It's just not good anymore in what it does. Like, it was good before. So, yeah, I would say, like, look for some other heroes. And I genuinely believe hero picks matter a lot. I really do think so. And you played the lane well. You played well in the lane. Like, you did everything that you were supposed to do. It's just, it's an Abaddon. It's an Abaddon, you know. All right. You don't play any of those? They're not too hard. They're not too hard to learn. It's I mean, you know, they have 4 spells and they're pretty typical support heroes. More aggressive for a 5? Yeah, honestly. Like 5s are definitely more aggressive and have like a higher tempo than Abaddon. Abaddon is really slow. Dazzle, Witch Doctor? Yeah, they're pretty decent. They're decent. Dazzle's more of like a core now. Witch Doctor is probably pretty good. I would say Witch Doctor is probably better than Abaddon right now. But yeah, Witch Doctor's good. I think Witch Doctor's good, actually. Witch Doctor's probably underrated. His ultimate is really fucking strong right now. Really strong. Like, it's gotten buffed so much. I would say Witch Doctor is pretty good. Warlock is okay. Warlock has also fallen off a bit. That hero is the same thing as Abaddon. He like sustains lanes. However, with that being said, he provides way more in the mid game. So, okay. We will look at Eddie Mercury. So we have 3 more. How long have I been going? Decent amount of time. Donnie would be like, oh, I need to break. I need to stop now. Oh, these replay reviews, they last so long. Oh, my life is so hard. It's so hard for me being a fucking YouTuber. Fucking Donnie! It's easy being a YouTuber. Are you kidding me? Oh, hey guys, here's this video game I play. You put your fucking dragon and make it kill this snake. We're talking about magic fucking spells and dragons and shit, dude. Oh, it's so hard. Life is easy. You know, just because I eat ramen every day for every meal, that doesn't make life hard. I like ramen, okay? I like ramen. I'm not just convincing myself that because I can't afford anything else. Don't you fucking dare accuse me of that. I would never say something I didn't believe in because I'm insecure. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. This Eddie Mercury, he says, need help knowing how to 1. Get out of the lane as fast as possible so I can pressure their win condition, and 2, how to properly pressure a farming core out of the jungle to slow down their farm speed and open up opportunities to win. Eddie fucking Mercury. Dude, are you trying to write an essay to get into Harvard? Why are you using all these big words? You think my brain is larger than a peanut? Fuck off with the big words. I'm just kidding. I think that means looking at the 7 to 25 minutes and see if my rotations/wards make any sense. Feel free to add anything that I seem to be missing in my mid-game decision-making, maybe about swinging and how it applies in this game. Okay. Let's take a gander. So what is he playing? What are we playing here? Where's Eddie Mercury? What did he say he was playing? Shadow Demon, okay. What's his name now? What did he change his name to? Oh, Eddie Mercury. Fuck! There he is. Okay, so position 5. This is a good support hero right now, by the way. This is a good support. Love this hero. So like 7 to 25 minutes. We'll speed this up. Smoke to the mid lane, place a ward, grab that haste rune, fuck some people up with it. Oh yeah, let's get her done. Let's go. Let's go. Go guys, go, 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 go. Fuck them up, fuck them up, fuck them up, bait them. Let's see, where's this jug shoving in the lane? Alright. So what I would probably look to do right now with this creep wave shoving in is, this is a huge wave. You have a haste rune. I would say what you do is like you shove in this lane and you guys act really aggressively on the tower. And you... What is this? What is this? Look, there's 2 icons. They're little icons shoved into where the half icons should be. What the fuck? Okay, nice one, Valve. So, yeah, you take this haste rune and you run under tower and you spam this shit without drawing tower aggro just to zone them off so you can get as much damage on this tower as possible. Like, this creep wave, this is an opportunity, man. This is a huge opportunity to get some damage on this tower and to act really aggressively and make some space. If you had fortification up, I'd even say you fort this wave and just act really aggressively. I think it's kind of a mistake to pull here. Just because you have this huge wave, you're tri-laning, they don't have much of a way to deal with the wave. Like, look at the tower. The tower's already taking some damage. You guys could... Oh, you guys could dive the fuck out of them. And then this wave would meet up with it. You possibly get this tower. Yeah, you want to be real aggressive with that haste rune. Even without the haste rune, I think that because you're 3 here, and because the huge creep wave is pushing in, you wanna abuse it for an advantage. You don't want to just go back and pull. You want to do some shit with it. Like, they just had free farm under tower when they should have been super pressured. Let's keep looking though. Like that definitely was a bit of a mistake in my opinion. So DK's pushing mid. It's Medusa though, it's kind of hard. And you ping the Undying. Let's kill this guy, let's kill this guy. That should reveal to you that he probably has vision. I would at least think that he has vision here. Let's see, where does he have vision? Is this your vision? Yeah, that's your vision. So he actually doesn't have vision of you, surprisingly. He just expected you, I guess, to come. Huh. Oh, did he see the pudge? He must have seen the pudge. Yeah, I saw the pudge TPing in, so he ran. Yeah, you guys had him like clotheslined there. You could have killed him if the pudge didn't TP in. Kind of spooked him away. Damn, you're rich. You're real rich. Go for the stack. Nice. And your DK or Jug can take the Ancients at a certain point. I'm assuming this guy's going B Fury? No, he's not. I thought maybe he would. I know lots of Ancient Jugs like to go B Fury. But it's fine, because your DK with the red dragon form can take the tower, or take the Ancient stack. I would be careful, though, because of the Medusa. Bounties are spawning. I would go towards the bounties right now. Yeah, if the enemy team is good, they should have gotten this bounty. I would say, like, you need to head over well in advance. And even just stand here, and if the whole enemy team goes for it, then you say, alright, fine. Fucking have it, man. Just have it. And then you'd run over here, and you'd be here earlier. So you'd get this one. Instead of just one of them, you'd get 2 of them. Yeah, you gotta go to bounties earlier. That's a big deal, I think. If this happens, like, at every single bounty spawn in the game, you might be missing out on like 5 bounties per game because you're just not going early enough. Like, that's 1 bounty you missed out on, but it's 2 bounties you should have missed out on. Because if this team is good, they're standing here already for when this spawns, and then you're not close enough, and they get both. They should actually get 3 bounties for this instead of 2. Whereas you could have 3. If you were standing here and doing the correct play, you would have 3 bounties on your team, and you'd have like a 3-kick goal lead. So I'm not sure if that's like a strange occurrence that doesn't happen, but that is a big difference between high immortal and like low immortal, is that high immortal players, the entire team will be at the bounty spawn. The fucking entire team, I kid you not. And if the entire team's not there, it's because it's like a hard to get bounty, so a support just goes and tries to take it alone. Love that play, though. Love that. Love that you're just chilling in trees. You set something up aggressively. Beautiful rotation. So, yeah, basically this rotation to the top lane, I love that you're applying pressure here, and you're doing it in such like a mechanically skilled way. This is highly mechanically skilled, which is what I would expect, because I've seen you play before, and I know that your mechanics are extremely high. Like, they're just good, straight up. Like, sitting in trees and baiting the Pugna, fucking beautiful Dota. Beautiful Dota. But not going to the bounty rune first, you could just have more from this pressure that you're applying up here. But you just didn't go to that. So now you even have the siege creep, and you spam ping it, keep it alive, keep it alive. Let's see, I want to see if this could have been defended. Yeah, you could, yeah, one of you guys could tank this. Also, fortify right now. You have fort. You fort this creep. One of the most important things in Dota. Like, I swear to God, if you do these two things that I'm saying, you stand at bounty runes as they're spawning, and you fortify creep waves and make sure that it's like you're thinking of the right things, but 5 seconds too late, like a little bit too late. You just need, if you are preempting all of these things, if you fort this creep wave, you guys get this tower right now. So I don't know if you get it or if you don't, but if you don't get it, it's because you didn't fort the creep wave, and it's as simple as that. So let's see, and if you do get this tower, you could have gotten the second one, or at least applied pressure. Okay, so you don't get it. Yeah, y'all could have gotten this and defended this. And if you defend this tower and you kill this tower, you get this area of the map, and they don't get this area of the map, and then you just hold a good position on the map and you win Dota. So literally just fortify the creep wave, or tank the tower for the siege creep. Oh, spam pinging. Should have got the tower. Should have got the tower. You guys should have just forted the wave. That's it. Like, fortifying to save a siege creep at 12 minutes. At 5 to, like... I mean, even late game, you should fortify to save creep waves. Fortification is often used aggressively now. I would say it's, like, arguably used more aggressively now. And when it's defensive, it's usually, like, a lazy use of fortification, where it's like, okay, we're going to fort our tier 1 because it's just about to die anyway, so fuck it. So you're looking to put some wards down, which is good. Go to snipe the courier just to be a bit of a dick. Place a good, like, hard to deward ward. Save your guy. Positioning towards the top area of the map because you want to take that tower. I think that's correct. The ward is down to their jungle, which is good because you want to kind of play around this top area. Jug is bot. You should be calling your DK to come top with his dragon shit. You guys have really good vision to fight around top. You should be calling this guy to come top. And also, this Jug is just showing us that, like, well, I'll demonstrate why, like, you don't play in the safe lane at this point in Dota. This is one of the things that, like, terrible carry players do all the time is just overstay their welcome in the safe lane and be like, oh, help me, guys, help me. Why am I dying down here? Because, buddy, you should leave your fucking lane. That's why. You could have 3 extra towers on the map if this Jug left his lane, but, you know, it's very difficult to control what other people are doing. You know, you gotta let them learn the game by losing these. So, yeah, this guy I'm assuming he just gets doomed. Let's see. Oh, he's dead for a long time. He's just chilling bot by himself. Gets doomed. Wow. Who could have predicted that Doom would doom him? Oh, unfortunate. He just fed as, like, one of the most farmed heroes in the game. It's almost as if he should have left the lane at, like, 5 minutes and be top with you pressuring right now. Yeah, what y'all want to do right now is have the DK come top, maybe even Jug. One person pushes in mid, 4 of you play top, and you take this top area of the map. That's what you want to do at this time in the game. I mean, honestly, you should do it at like 7 minutes, but, you know, better late than never. But your team is just fighting bot, which is terrible. If the fight does last for a long time, you definitely should TP to it, though. Especially because your DK is there. That means you can take a tower with him. Defending your safe lane tower is okay, but only if they overcommit. That's usually what you want to do. And then, like, you defend it once, and then you never do it again, because it takes, like, the enemy team, if they successfully kill you here, they just get so much. And usually, if you defend your safe lane tower, then the enemy team just respawns really quickly, and then has all their spells up to take it. And then you fight, but then you have no spells, and they have spells. And then they just fuck up your safe lane tower. Holy shit, this Jug. How is he alive? It's actually a miracle. I definitely think you don't want to be split pushing in this game. Like, your Jug or your Pango should be doing that. You want to be, like, setting shit up with your team. And if your team is morons and they want to play around bot, you should probably be playing with them. Just, like, make them stronger here. If they're not coming top, I'd say your first action is to try to get them to... That is not a hero that's in the game. But your first action is to try to get them to come top and play around, like, this vision and play around these towers and this lane. But if your team is being idiots, you just want to play with them. On Shadow Demon. He's not a hero that can really apply pressure. Like a Shadow Shaman can, because you have Serpent Awards. Then it's fine to be doing this. But your hero is just way better played with the team, like using these spells to kill enemies. And then you can get this tower if you're here. Anyway, we covered a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna cut it off there. I really do think like fording the creep wave and keeping siege creeps alive and being at bounties like 5 seconds earlier. I cannot stress how important that is. I kid you not. In high immortal games, like top 100 games, every single player on a team will be at a bounty room ready to fight. And there's a fight that happens, or it's just 5 people at one bounty and then 5 people at another bounty that are separate. But everybody's always there, or at least in the area and ready to fight. Okay, Justin Ash. This guy does own a cock. I can say that for a fact. He told me he owns a cock. But he is not the guy that originally called in that had a cock. That was somebody else. But you do have similar voices, similar sounding voices, and a cock in your background. And massive cocks at that. Big, giant cocks. Do I have a job? A regular job? No. I stream, I make Dota videos, I cast occasionally, which gives me a decent amount of income. But I do have other like programming projects that I tend to have like one programming project that I'm working on usually just because I like it. But okay, so this is Justin Ash. Once again, owns a cock. He says, party queue again with the boys. Early game we were okay, playing really aggressive in my lane and stuff. My Pudge were calling the shots, making me move around the map. Feels like starting to snowball into their favor in mid-game. After that, OD becomes such a pain in the ass. I would just want to know what went wrong in the mid to late game that makes us lose the game and how we should approach them in team fights. PS, one of my bad games in terms of Warlock and me doing bad decisions. All right, we'll see. Making money from coaching? Yeah, I don't coach that much though. It's pretty stressful, I guess. It's so we're looking at because I don't like rinsing and repeating shit, and I don't know. It's stressful to like one-on-one with somebody. It really is, because it's like you really want them to get value out of what you're saying. Otherwise, it feels like you're just so personally like responsible for wasting somebody's money and time, and teaching somebody can be like exhausting mentally because you're thinking of like the right words to say that it will make sense to somebody who like doesn't understand a concept yet and wants to understand it. It's a weird thing. I see why people go to college for teaching. It's pretty fucking hard. It's an interesting thing though. It is interesting because I know there are some things like somebody will, like I'll be getting coaching from somebody. It's a video game. How can it be stress? I mean, that can be said for anything. Like there's different amounts of stress. Like somebody who's like watching people get like decapitated at war has a different stress from like a stay-at-home mother, but a stay-at-home mother might have like PTSD from just having like a really difficult like financial situation and dealing with like raising the children and shit like that. It's all relative. And then also, yeah, it's a video game, but wouldn't you say like high-level sports coaching is probably very stressful? Like it's an incredibly nuanced video game, and if you don't think it's nuanced, it's just because you're not good enough at it to know the nuances. And I mean that with respect. I just mean like there are nuances I don't understand because I'm not a tier 1 player. Like there's shit when it comes to like playing professional tennis that I don't understand. I know there's probably crazy shit to tennis, but it seems to me like tennis is just people screaming and whacking a ball around, you know? It seems pretty fucking easy. But that's just because I don't know tennis. You know what I mean? So, okay, so we want to look at the late game here and look at how the team fights were approached against the OD. So you guys have a good lead, and you have good heroes versus the OD. You have Invoker, who can disarm the OD, who doesn't really care about OD, and you have Arc Warden, who has the magnetic field, can save himself from the OD very easily. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I try to think of the right words, but I also want to say that it's kind of impulsive for me to some degree at this point, just because I think of things in the way that from when I learned them, and I kind of just hope that other people will learn in the same way that I do. And perhaps that's the audience. Maybe the people that have watched the videos and subscribed are people that actually think in the same way that I do. And maybe that's why there's this like confirmation bias where everybody's like, oh, we've learned so much from your videos. And it's like, that's because maybe it's not the people that didn't learn. You know, they're not still watching because they have like a different learning style. It's a weird, you know, weird thing. Anyway, okay, let's look at later in the game. The whole double bracer Warlock. I kind of feel like you don't need double bracers on Warlock, because I don't give a fuck if I die and I'm Warlock. I just go for like Glimmer Cape or something like that. Okay, so this guy is just like owning you. Let's see. This guy might be a smurf. Let's see, last season he was this season he's that. That kind of seems like a smurf. But anyway, we'll still look at it. So the way you deal with OD is just, you kill him first, or you get BKBs. That's it. So this guy needs a BKB, this guy needs a BKB, and this guy needs a BKB. And until you have BKBs, you can't just hard fight into an OD. In fact, their entire lineup, other than Drow, is a lineup that you need BKBs against. That's the bottom line. Glimmer Cape is really good too. Force Staff is really good. Like anything to save people from the OD. This is more of like a team-related thing, though, because you're not the cores. When it comes to late-game fights against OD, it's going to be like largely on your cores. I am a little concerned about... So... This ward, in my opinion, is kind of useless if you're playing around this area, because like this is an okay ward to place if you play around here, because then you know that the enemy team is going to be in your jungle and they're going to show on this vision. So if you're playing around your own jungle and you ward here, this is a worthless ward. This ward basically assumes that you're going to be locked into your base, which is a very defeatist attitude. Like, you don't want to lock yourself into your base by placing this ward. This ward should be placed way more aggressively, like somewhere on their side of the map, if you're going to play around your side of the map. Or if you place this ward here, you guys need to play up here. So that way the enemy team mirrors you and plays the opposite. And then they play here so you can get vision, which gives you information, which makes you able to take a fight. Let's say you see the OD farming down here. Then you kill somebody up here because you know the OD can't get there. Like, that's how you take fights in this game. You don't just have a ward here and like blindly run into them. That's not really acting on good information, you know? Like, I imagine you guys are about to get fucking annihilated here. Maybe not. You get the OD first, which is pretty cool. But, okay, now this is kind of spooky. Their Viper TP's in. He's really tanky. They have a shrine. I don't know why they're not using it. And they kill your entire team. Yeah, once again, this smoke rotation is just kind of based on no information. You just kind of went for a smoke into darkness and got punished for it. Sometimes this works. Sometimes this works just because, like, you kill the right guy, but it's just luck. Like, you're rolling the dice. Once again, the way that you want to play around these smokes is, like, with information. You want to first split the enemy team up and then smoke when you know that they're split. But the only way that you can know that they're split is if you have vision down in good places. So you want vision around where they're playing. So if you have one ward here, then you want to play up here. And then if you are playing up here, you want vision on, like, the perimeter of the area. So you put vision here so you can see if they're walking into your zone. And if they walk into your zone, you can choose to either kill them or make somewhere else your zone. But you need to put the good vision down, otherwise you're not going to get the information. So basically, yeah, you put one ward in the area you don't want to play, and then 2 wards like covering your ass for if the enemy team, like let's say you put a ward here, put a ward here. Then if the enemy team enters into their jungle, you're going to see it happen. All right, okay, we'll keep looking. We'll keep watching here. I imagine your team just doesn't get BKBs, and that makes everything really hard for you. Because, yeah, you're a Warlock. Like, your job is to just pop your ulti in fights and get wards down. And once you've done that, that's all you can kind of do. So this is good. This ward... Okay, so this ward is bad. This ward is fine. So you place 2 wards that give the same vision here. This gives vision of this general vicinity. You'll see if they're playing in your jungle. Like, if they walk through here... I mean, this just gives the same vision. Like, the idea behind both of these wards is just to see where the enemy team is playing in your jungle. Like, you'll see if they walk through stuff. This camp and this camp aren't infinite. So they can't just play here. They have to farm this shit if they're playing in this area. So this ward might catch them if they're over here, but eventually they'll move over here anyway. So you don't need both of these wards down. It's a waste of vision. You only need one of these, and then you can play around this area. Like, even farm your triangle, and you can put a ward here. And once again, this vision is super defeatist. This vision is assuming you're going to play in your base. It does nothing for you. Unless you're planning on, like, fighting around this particular area. But even then, if you're planning on fighting around this particular area, you can place a ward that will scout them starting the fight, which is very good. You can see the Earthshaker and, like, go on the Earthshaker or something like that. So you place the ward here, and then when the fight starts, you can place the ward here. Like, saving a ward in your inventory is fine to hold it for a fight, but I presume that you're literally just trying to get wards down, and that this isn't an intentional place that you're placing a ward because you want to fight there. I think you're just placing this ward because, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're just placing this ward because, like, you want to get wards down for your team. But if you want to get wards down for your team, these 2 wards are redundant and a waste of vision. Only one of these is necessary. You place the other one here, which gives vision in the entrance to the perimeter of the area that you're trying to maintain. That's a very important, like, concept, is giving vision to the entrance to the area that you are trying to hold, which is going to give you gold and resources. Like, you want to, if you want to farm this area for resources, and maybe over here, that's fine. But make sure your vision is actually allowing people to do that. Because this ward doesn't make your team safe. There could be an enemy team right here and you wouldn't know. They could go into Roche and you wouldn't know. They could be walking into here and you wouldn't know. You're not going to know until it's too late. You're going to be fucked. And that's also why, like, you should have heroes playing on the perimeter of the area as well. Like, you should have a hero standing on this high ground and scouting. Things like that, you know? Like, this vision does not protect you at all. I think that's a very, very important concept for, like, how you should play the mid game. If you're placing vision like this in all of your games, you're going to be losing a lot because of it. Because your team just has nowhere to play as a result of this. Like, look at this ward. It hasn't gotten anything. It hasn't gotten any vision so far. Your shrine is, like, super hard for them to play on anyway. So in this situation where, like, you're playing your jungle and the vision is elsewhere, this is actually more okay than when you were playing in this area. But this ward is not as good as, like, this ward because it's very dangerous for them to be playing your shrine. Like, warding your own shrine this defensively is one of the worst things that you can do in a game where you're not getting completely dumpstered. Where, like, you know, you're not locked into your base or something right now. Is Crimson Guard good on Pudge this game? Wouldn't Pipe be better? Yes, Pipe would be significantly better. They have literally all magic damage except for Drow, but Drow has done, like, no damage at this point. Y'all need a Pipe, y'all need BKBs, and you're running for BKBs. That's cool. This guy's not, which is questionable. You definitely go, like, second item BKB on every single core of this game. And then Glimmer, Cape, and Warlock. Force Staff is good too, though. See, that's better vision there, but now, once again, you have redundant vision. You have 2 wards giving vision of your shrine area. They're not far enough away from each other to give like, new information. You're going to get the same information from both of those wards. In fact, if we just watch this whole game in, like, fast mode, like 16x, your wards have given 0 information, and that's really bad because that's your entire job as a 5 roll. So you might be losing a lot of games because you're just not placing good wards and getting good information. Like, your chances statistically of winning games when there's just less information to act on, it's going to be low. of winning. Like, your team is just going to win if you get lucky in those, like, random shadow engagements that you're taking. But every fight has been into darkness. That's not how you want to play Dota. At this point, you're fucked. You just have a huge gold deficit, and OD's killing everybody. Yeah, I'd say warding's a big issue. You should look up like Fly on Dota 2 Pro Tracker and look to see how he wards, like where he actually places his wards, and then in reference to where his team is playing. That is incredibly important. Because if you're placing your wards in reference to a different strategy for how your team is playing the game, you get no vision, then you have no information to act on, you slowly lose the gold lead, and you just lose the game. Okay, so we have our final replay here. Let me get the fuck in here. So this is half Gemini, 5 Lich, fart. I love it. I love it every time. So he's playing Lich, and he says, it's a bad draft, but I felt like I could have won the lane. I felt like we could have won if we pushed a bit earlier. Anything I could do better to make it quickly possible? Comment on laning and rotation. Thanks. Won't be available for the call. Too many cocks crowing and cats eating other pussies. Oh my god, half Gemini. Half Gemini is the dude that had the cock. That had the cock going in the background. That's so funny that Justin Ash and half Gemini are right next to each other when I'm, fucking them up. Let's see. So we're Lich in this game. Okay. I don't know what people are doing on Lich right now, build-wise, like skill build-wise. I imagine probably still maxing armor and then going for the pull, something like that. Maybe maxing the pull, I don't know. The pull is pretty damn good. It's pretty good. Okay. So, Jesus, is he jungle? Jungle Wraith King. Yeah, that's a jungle Wraith King. I'm pretty sure he's going straight into the jungle because apparently that's how jungle works, is that you go into the jungle even though the jungle camps aren't there. Yeah, so they have better late game than you, I think. So y'all want to try to shove and push early and abuse the fact that they have a jungler. How much damage does this do? 120? Yeah, this is fine. I mean, other than the fact that y'all are pushing the lane into a solo offlaner, that's kind of bad. So what I would say is, first and foremost, they have a jungle Wraith King, right? So this guy's totally alone up here. You shouldn't even let him get to this position here. Like, you see him walking here, and y'all are just letting him get to the lane. Like, you go here and you fucking body him and do exactly what you just did, except before the lane even starts. And then guess what? He spends the rest of the game at 50% HP, trying to regen with tangos. And then he can't even enter the lane. And then your Jug gets level 3, you get level 2, and he's level 1. And then he just can't do anything. So you guys let him have a game by letting him walk up like this. This creep wave does not aggro. Fucking kill him on it. Like, do damage to him. Beat his ass. Just stand here with the Jug, right-clicking him. Maybe you can spin on him. Maybe you don't have to spin on him. It doesn't matter, because he's not going to walk by you. If he does walk by you, well, then that's when you put the thing on Jug, and then he spins, and you bring him to Pound Town. You probably kill him, because he spent so much time, or he took so much damage trying to run past you, that you can spin and kill him from doing that. But, yeah, the mistake here is letting him enter onto the creep wave like this. That's the big mistake. Look, the creeps aren't pulling to you. Like, you can't pull the first wave. You have to abuse that against a solo offlaner like this. Because when you guys go on him here, he loses all of his regen, right? Which is the exact thing that would happen if you do it here. Except, you've pushed the lane into him now for that. So he's trading this for something. If you do it before, he's trading his HP for nothing. And then he's fucked because he lost the first trade. If you lose the first trade against a dual lane, you just don't recover. Like, you're totally fucked. I don't even care about the rest of this laning stage. You guys already fucked it up. And once again, I mean that with love. Like, I'm saying that as you do this in literally every single game, and you'll win a ton more because this guy won't even have a lane. He'll have no game. Now the creep wave is right in front of his tower, and he's level 2. He's having a good time. I mean, even if he dies, he's still getting something. Trading with him here is good. I mean, it's fine. You can drop your shield on him and maybe kill him. I don't know. You definitely want to use your shield. But in any case, like, he shouldn't be able to do this in the first place. He shouldn't have this aura. He shouldn't be able to chase you around like this. Somebody got a double kill? Oh, this guy got a double kill. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to skip the laning phase because, honestly, this guy should have, like, 2 levels behind you. Double stack the small camp and you pull it. I like that. But, once again, I think you should have Jug be way huger than this guy who fucks up and lets you kill him, but he should just not die here. My god, these things are not correct. The images of the heroes. So you're going to bounty runes, which is absolutely correct. Going for theirs is a little sketchy because Underlord just died, so he's probably going for it, and Wraith King could be there, so that's okay. At this point, you would want to go and ward. You want to ward for mid because you have a Zeus, and you want to ward for your safe laner. You already dropped a safe lane ward, it looks like. Oh, this is earlier, I think. Let's see, how long does this ward have left on it? It doesn't show. Yeah, you wanna drop a safe lane ward and put a mid ward down at this point. Actually, there's a Storm Spirit. Anytime there's a Storm Spirit in the game, you want to place a ward that's scouting the rune. So you honestly probably want like a top rune ward, just because it's a Zeus. So Zeus is really easy to kill and a very important like late game hero to just survive. If you just survive to the late game with Zeus, like he has these huge power spikes. So keeping him healthy is amazing. But also, like, he's super easy to kill, especially by a Storm Spirit. So you need a ward protecting him mid. So you probably place the ward here, because this will scout top rune, which also stops the Storm from just getting free rune control. Like, Storm, you want to get every single rune from him, because he just ganks based off of, like, almost exclusively runes. It's like checking something. Okay, so yeah, that's 2 things. Very, very important things, is the protecting Zeus and checking the rune against Storm. Against any like rune getting hero, you wanna have as much rune control as you can get. So to kind of extend on that, instead of doing this shit down here, where you're just kind of diving this guy who doesn't give a single fuck because he's an undying, you would go to the bot rune right now and you'd check the bot rune. So it's top, which is fine, but at the very least, if you went bot, you'd be able to tell your Zeus that it's top and be like, hey Zeus, be careful, don't die. That guy has a rune, and I imagine your Storm probably gets a kill with the haste rune. I don't know what else he'd be doing. I guess he's low mana. He's just farming with it. But he's a bad player. If he was a good player, he'd destroy you guys with that rune. He'd TP somewhere and kill you. So you can see that they have rune vision, which is correct. They have a Storm, so they want rune vision. They placed it in a place that's really easy to D-ward for Zeus. But, yeah, they have rune vision, which is definitely correct. So you just kind of TP bot and didn't do anything. Which I would say, like, this ward that you placed, you can just give to your Undying, and he can place the ward. Wait, is that Undying? For fuck's sakes. Okay, the icons are correct. I just thought the Undying. So you would give that to, like, your Nature's Prophet, and then he'd place it. Or your Viper, and he'd place it. You don't need to be down here. Like, you want to get wards up, and you want to get levels right now. You don't really contribute. This is the point in the game where you don't really contribute until you have some levels. So now you have the Rune Vision, which is correct, but I believe it's, like, a little too late. Because the Storm did get a rune from it. So Storm is walking to top, which is fine. So I want to show you what your actions have done for your team. So because Storm walked top and you gave vision of this, Storm was scouted, checking this rune unsuccessfully. So now Zeus walks to the bot rune. He gets the bot rune. So this is really good. So he prevents Storm from getting a regen. And unfortunately he dies because Storm had the haste rune, which is from what Storm, like, benefiting Storm getting that earlier. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Somebody should definitely TP and help your Zeus. Holy shit. You should definitely TP to Shrine and help your Zeus. I don't feel like this guy should die here. Oh my god. Ugh, god damn it. I don't know if he was screaming or what, but you should definitely like look around the map and see what's going on. Let's see. I want to look at your camera movement. So you see that shit happening on the map. You're just like not looking at your map enough. Yeah, you see this happening on the map. You're just not looking. You're not moving your camera. So now you look. Who cares about CS? Like, CS doesn't matter as much as being in the correct position on the map. So many players miss CS all the time to move their camera. Don't worry about it. Even if you're a core, I don't fucking care. I do not care about CS. Putting your hero in the right position on the map is the most important thing in Dota. Most important. So you want to make sure that you're looking instead of like CSing or doing other shit. But anyway, that top rune ward is really good, and you can see that what happened bot is actually okay because it prevented Storm from getting a regen. So it fucks over his game a bit. So what are the questions that you asked? Let's take a look. Comments on laning and rotation. Okay, so yeah, I think your bot rotation on lane was bad. I don't think you do anything bot. I think you need to get level 6. You can place a ward to protect your Jug and place a ward that scouts top rune at like 5 to 6 minutes and also protects your Zeus. And then you just go pull. Or you have your Jug go jungle and then you soak the lane. And then when you're 6, you can go fight. But, yeah, y'all want your Lich to get some levels. Like, being a level 4 Lich at 10 minutes is super questionable. You want to be higher level. You don't contribute anything. You need the tome, obviously, but once you get that, you'll be like level 5. So this guy takes the tower. That's pretty cool, but this tower is not that important. He should honestly be down here taking this tower. That's a way more important tower to take. But this is like super slow Dota. Usually what happens in like high-rated games is this guy will maybe take this tower earlier and then rotate, or rotate even without taking the tower. He'll get this one, and then Lich takes the lane, Lich gets like an early level 6, and then Lich rotates, and then you just end the whole game because you're just getting more XP than everybody. Or than the enemy team, I should say. And then at this point, the laning is kind of over. But I think you have played relatively inefficiently up until this point. And I like that your Jug is free farming. That's pretty cool. But I think that's just a really favorable matchup, and this guy kind of fucked up. But he was left alone, so he should be way lower level. Way lower level than that, honestly. The big thing, I cannot stress enough, the big thing is make sure that you are zoning heroes before the creep waves actually meet. It is so broken. You have to abuse that. You have to abuse that in Dota. Alright. I have to get up early tomorrow, and that's the last of the replays, so I'm going to call it for now. But with that being said, if you're interested in getting your replays reviewed every Thursday, we do all of them from our Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com/Dota Alchemy. And, you know, you'll also be supporting your favorite educational Dota YouTubers. So if you're feeling down to support your boys, buy us ramen, and you want your replays reviewed, give it a gander. There's other perks on there. What's the lowest MMR you will review? There's no what is it even called? Floor? There's no floor to it. No floor. We review whatever. We can review high, we can review low, doesn't matter. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.